So being on dating sites, one of the most commonly asked question that I get is, why am I single? I don't know what that's about, but whatever. So at this stage, I'm single because I want to be. I have not found the man that I want to make a commitment to forever. And I know marriage and forever partnership is not about love. It's more about a commitment. And I have not found that yet. I was having a conversation with one of my exes, and he was like, I need to kind of like relax my standards and things like that. And while that may be true, one thing I'm not going to compromise on is the basis of the things that I need in my partner forever. One thing he did bring up to me is the fact that I don't let things go when I'm offended or when somebody does something to me. And he is right about that. And that is something that I'm working on myself. I need to be more forgiving because I'm not perfect, and I can't expect anyone that I'm with or anyone in general to be perfect. So what he's asking me to let go is the fact that when we were dating, he was dating other people, but now he feels like he's matured and I should give him a second chance. So what do you guys think? Should I give him a second chance?
This compilation is about females dating over 40. And it's interesting to see where their mindset is at, their expectation, their standards, and what they're willing to do and not to do. I mean, this is her reality right now. She's still in contact with her ex, and we don't know why they broke up, and we don't know why they're still in contact. Somehow she's still single. And to me, it just shows that she is looking for something that isn't available. And what is available, she just doesn't want. Or she is in denial that that's the only thing that's available for her.
Okay, dating. Where are you guys going to like find dates as a woman in her 40s? Okay, I don't do dating apps, not the business. Like, are you guys finding them at the grocery store? I mean, because that's the only place I really go. And sometimes I be forgetting I'm even single because I be in my own world, like half the time. So what are y'all doing?
I think it's very, very concerning how a 40-year-old woman still has a mindset of a 21-year-old. That's all I'm hearing is, how is it that you went through 2 to 3 decades of your life and still don't understand what it takes to find a man, what type of woman you need to be to get the man that you want? And obviously you'll think, well, duh, that's why she's single. But the fact that you're here on TikTok asking about it, it really just reveals her mentality and how she actually hasn't matured in any way, which I think is the biggest reason why a lot of these females are single at 40. They never grow up.
Like, are y'all just... You get what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all because baby, I be in my own world and I be like, oh shoot, I'm not in a relationship and haven't been one in a long time. I'm not tripping about it, but I'm just saying it would be cute to be, you know what I'm saying?
This is my point, is a lot of these older females are trying so hard to relive their prime years. They're trying so hard to show society and men and even the young females that they're still here with us. You're still alive, you're still lit, you're still cute, you're still popping, you're still baddies. But at 40, you shouldn't care about this. Why is she making all these faces? You're too old for this. It's just the truth. You're too old to be on TikTok. You're too old to be making these faces. And you're too old to be trying to figure out how to date. You should already be with someone or know what it takes to be with someone. And that's just as simple as it should be at this period of your life.
I'm 49, divorced, single again, going through the whole, dating phase and so on. And sometimes it can get very difficult. It can get very lonely, plus I live alone and I crave that human connection, that interaction, that companionship and so on. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of females make choices based off short-term problems, whether it be feelings, whether it be superficial things, whether it be financial. They just make these drastic changes and do these drastic things to get what they want immediately, rather than actually build on the marriage that they're in. And the problem I have with that is you make all these drastic changes, and then after that you can't even deal with the reality of it. Now you're struggling to find a companionship when you just had one. Now you're looking up for a connection when you had one. Why do you consider these circumstances when you was married before making those decisions? And this is why you stay single, because you did this to yourself.
But what I want to talk to you about is, I find that at 49, hardly anyone in my age, any man in my age group approaches me. It is always the youngsters, those in their 20s and those in their 30s. Do you get that? And I can't seem to figure out why that is.
Proving my point is, why doesn't she already know this for herself? The reason why is you've hit the wall. Majority of men your age are no longer attracted to you. They're attracted to the younger version of you. And that's a reality a lot of females who do choose to have a divorce don't actually look at. You think that you can just go back out there and a man is going to be waiting for you to marry him. Only reason why younger guys are even interested is because you're easier to get access to. You're less work. There's no one to compete with. You know, you don't have all these high expectations like the young ones do. Older females, they're just easier to work around for the younger ones. Now, I'm sure there is a few guys that are in their 40s and 50s that may consider being with an older woman, but then that comes down to you, the type of woman that you are. How healthy are you? What was your relationship like? Why did you have a divorce? Now we have to look at your past. And when you really look at that, the chances become slim. Even the options that are there within her dating age range, she wouldn't be interested in. She has a particular type, and that's why it's even more slim. And when you really look at all of that, you know, you are going to stay single.
And they're always saying, you know what, age is just a number. We can get along. I am mature in my mind and we could work things out. But that's not what I'm looking for. Do you get that? Do you get that these youngsters are approaching you and you are in your 40s and they talk about these, what did they call them, quality men or high value men or whatever? I believe, and especially living in a small country like Barbados, I believe that a lot of those high value men or those real mature men that can carry on a conversation, that can understand where you're at in life, I believe most of them are already married. They're already in a committed relationship and so on, or they're probably coming out of a relationship. But they seem to be very hard to find. Or is it that they are at a place where they're saying, I don't want to do this relationship thing anymore? I don't understand. But
here is the uncomfortable truth about marriage, which is why it's always important to prioritize marriage, traditional values, and God at a very early age, so you can understand that the choices that you are going to make in your younger years are going to be long lasting. Marriage is one of those things, and this goes both for men and women. When it comes to the obligation of marriage, you cannot get divorced. That's just the truth. Now, people do it, yes. And some people may disagree with it, yes. But ultimately, that is the reality when it comes to marriage. If we're looking at it from a biblical aspect, you cannot get divorced until the husband or the wife passes away. That also includes cheating, for both sides, which is why I stated it's an uncomfortable truth. So when I say prioritize these things young, prioritize on traditional values and the man that you're not only going to lose your virginity with, sleep with, be with. Same for men, the woman that you're going to sleep with, woman that you're going to be with, the woman that you're going to marry. You need to see that, is this going to be a long-term commitment that you can find yourself in and that you're not going to divorce if you actually value traditional values. If these are the things that you value, then you also have to value the law behind it.
Being 49 and single, it is really difficult sometimes to come into contact with someone that has something to offer, something, conversations that can keep you stimulated, and they seem to be hiding away. I don't know if they have been so hurt or what. Tell me what your experience has been. 49, divorce in your 40s, divorce in your 40s, and single. What has your experience been like? I will love to know. Let's talk about it.
I've always advocated for Black women to frankly date like men, you know, to go out and just enjoy being on a date or enjoy just the freeness of like, oh, I'm just getting to know you. It doesn't have to be XYZ, because I do think that's the way that you find yourself and that person.
I will never understand when females will advise women and females to date like a man. You are not a man. So you will never be able to actually date like a man, first of all. You're actually doing the impossible. And if you think you're doing it, you're just delusional to actually believe that. And second of all, your outcomes are never going to be what you think they are. I think a lot of females think having loads of options means that there's going to be a higher chance of getting married. No, there's going to be a higher chance of you staying in the streets and being a 304.
But you have to go into it with that intrinsic belief that what I have to offer, my opinions, my strength, is exactly what somebody else wants to be with. Yes, don't worry about it. We ain't have an expiration date. You get married at 60. Who cares? It don't matter.
So I realized after I clocked 40 that I was too old to be a sugar baby, and right now, as it is, I'm too broke to be a sugar mommy, and too stiff to be a cougar. So I'm really in a situation right now. In the dating arena, I am not marketable. My market don't spoil. Like my market is just unmarketable right now. Somebody help, what do I do?
I think this is where a lot of females are at. And not just average females. We've seen it with Vivica Fox. We've also seen it with Ebony K, Lala, Miley Cyrus. The list goes on. I find that they're all in this space. That's what hitting the wall is to me, in a weird way. It's a space where females don't know where they belong anymore. And the places that they do belong isn't very satisfying, you know? It isn't a place where any woman or female wants to be.
Y'all know how they say you find love when you least expect it? I'm least expecting it! Universe, God, Jesus, I'm least expecting it. I'm not expecting it. I'm not gonna find a man this week. I'm least expecting it. I've been least expecting it for the past 10 years.
Vivica Fox, and she was talking about that she wants to date again, and she's ready to settle down. She's finally ready to settle down. She wants to meet someone in person because she doesn't want to get on apps because people make up stories. And I wanted to know, to mainly the singletons. So singletons, are you happy to wait until your 60s to settle down? That's my first question. Do you know what I mean? That's my first question. Yeah. And my second question, if you were single at that age, at 59, 60, whatever, do you imagine that you would still be actively looking for love? Yeah. I hope
and that I pray that I'm not going to be 59 out here looking for someone.
Soon.
Like, it's got to happen soon. Like, real talk. I want to be able to, and that's not, okay. That's not to say that at 59 you still can't enjoy your time and with your partner, especially we're all living longer and stuff like that, yeah. But I want to start that sooner. I do. Like, I don't want to be on my own. Like, when my daughter grows up and she's off doing her own thing, I'm just there, like, with the cat. And I don't even have a cat yet.
What I found funny about this is not just the Vivica Fox situation, is Vivica Fox made a lot of these females look at where they are at in their big age. And in this case, this is what you're seeing is now they're really looking at, can I actually see myself being single at 60 and still looking for love? Now, a lot of people say, oh yes, it's fine, you can do it, but is that what you want? Do you really want to be alone at 60 still looking for love? It's not ideal. And a lot of these females don't realize time never stops. And you gotta act on it now, or you're gonna be like Vivica Fox, waiting till you're 60 and then acting like it's the best. You're still living your best life when you're really not. And they're heading the same place.
Are you gonna wait for 50s?
Definitely not. I don't think I would actively be looking either. Do you know what I mean? No.
What, you'd give up?
Not give up. I think there's a better phrase. Like, I'm just not interested.
We all give up.
No, but I don't think I'm not actively looking now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just like,
so
just like it'll just be a continuation of like, just living, existing without centering men. That's that got all feministy.
Feminists, or feminism, shall I say, has taught a lot of these females, young and older or old, that a fulfilling life is a life of business, is a life of luxury, is a life of doing your own thing, it's a life of career, and that family, a husband, and building a home and doing things as a unit, as a community, is not fulfilling. Although what happens is, the older these females get, they begin to see where they're lacking in their life. And I don't just mean as an individual, I mean lacking what you have in your life. You lack the community, you lack the unity, you lack the family, you lack the husband. And what feminism also taught these females is to choose between money and a man, and subconsciously made them see a black marriage as a struggle love, or if he doesn't own the bus, then don't marry him. Meanwhile, other communities don't look at marriage and love and unity and community like that.
Alright, so 20 years in this space.
Yeah.
You could run with that.
Yeah. I think I'm good, you know.
Shiznit.
I actually think I'm good. Like, I just don't have those.
I believe not even just a little companion.
Not everybody is.
She didn't
say
fuck buddy. A companion. No, I'm talking about,
I don't know. Like, I'm really I'm just
like
not.
Every 2 years.
Not really interested.
Serious?
Yeah, like I just
shit. But say if you live until 120.
I mean, I think I'll be good, you know.
Other things.
Honestly,
but you know what?
I do, and I'll have a couple of cats.
Do you know what? I actually I hear that because everyone seems to think that you do.
I will.
Some people don't necessarily
need
it.
Human. No, but you can have companionship in different ways. But like, I don't want to be attached to a guy. Like, I just don't think like what I want is actually possible. I'm reconciled with that. So if it some miracle, some alternate universe, some dark matter situation, and I could transform and go in a different path, and that happened, because I think it would take that.
But what do you want?
Like, we can't get into that now.
But like one element of what you want.
A kind man.
No, come on. You're saying there's no kind men out there.
No, it's not a better thing.
That's what I had to ask.
No, you have to. No, I'm being absolutely real.
Yeah.
A lot of men out there are not kind.
That's fair.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And a lot of men that approach me are not kind. So like, I can't. That is very real for me. So I will not have it minimized.
Okay.
Females need to be real with themselves. Now, if you want to be alone, they shouldn't be, I think, no. When it comes to making certain life decisions, like being alone at 60, that is a very big choice that you're going to ultimately make for yourself and how you're going to live your life in the future. So when you hear that they're still trying to make their mind up because they can't find the man that they want, you are still going to feel a certain way at 60 because you couldn't get the man that you want. You're still going to feel lonely because you couldn't get the man that you want. And you're still going to be looking for love because you couldn't get the man that you want. It wasn't an ultimate decision that you just made. It's just you just couldn't get what you wanted.
There's grotty, right? And singledom is grotty, whether you were in it or not, like whether you want it or not. I'm just saying that out there, it's kind of like a bit of a war zone when it comes to finding a decent human being to partner up with. So the perspective where you actually have to intentionally, just by default or whatever, just be like, do you know what? There's a way of preparing myself to actually understand that this is life. This is how it's going to be, and I have to make peace with that. So this is my thing. Like, I do actively want a partner, but there's also an element like, if that doesn't happen, am I going to sit there and have this kind of sadness to my life that it never happened? Or am I going to figure out a way to exist on this earth like, this didn't happen for me, but I'm appreciating my friends, I'm appreciating my family, the business that I've created, the legacy that I've left. How do we, especially as women who are so expected to be in a relationship and expected to have a partner, how do we exist on this earth without it being like or people disbelieving that this is actually what you want and that you're comfortable with?
Because I don't say actively, I say I'm open.
Oh, that might have a faux pas because I'm not actively. I'm focused on sorting out my business at the moment. That's fine.
But that's fair though, isn't it?
No, it
Like,
is. That's totally fair, because for me, that's what I'm open. And I know that sometimes some people might be like, well, what are you actually doing?
Yeah.
I'm just open, because there's been a lot of times in the past. I think I'm open now. I haven't been open.
okay.
You know.
But how are they going to find you?
But that's it. I don't know. That's why I won't say actively.
The thing is, though, bringing it back to the dilemma, like, you could sit in that state for 10,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
If this is something that you want, then you need to become more active.
I'm open.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
But at the same time,
obviously you will be 59.
I'm open.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that's not the path that is set for me, then so be it. But I'm open.
Here it is. They haven't actually ultimately said, I don't want a man. I just want to stay single. It's all about who you can find and being open to what may come. Life doesn't work out that way. This is why Vivica Fox is in this situation, Taraji P is in this situation, and so on. They're all in the same boat. This is why in 2030 they say that there's going to be a large sum of females who are going to be childless and never been married. This is how they get there. Somewhere in their mind they think that that reality won't exist until they're in that reality. So either do something about it now or deal with it then.
Get ready with me as I do my nails and talk about dating as a 49-year-old and what I'm looking for in a man. Start with the tea. I've been single for 15 years now. I know. First expectation is they have to be family orientated. They have to be able to get along with my daughter because she's the most important person in the world to me. My second expectation is they have to be adventurous. If you know me, I'm a huge adrenaline junkie. I need someone to match my vibe. They have to be willing to jump out of a plane with me. The third expectation would be someone who is loving and caring. Somebody who makes life feel easy even through bad times. And my final expectation is somebody I can watch K-drama with. I'm obsessed with them like I am with these nails.
You can date at any age. Someone was asking, she's 51 or she's 55. At this rate, you're going to see people who are 80 years old on the dating site. Why not? Why not? One thing you should know is that if you're 50 years old, single lady, there's another 50-year-old single man. Okay? If you're an 80-year-old single lady, there's an 80-year-old single man. It all depends whether they want someone or not, okay? But in my opinion, you can date at any time, any age, at any time. There's no restrictions, okay?
Obviously, you can date. Yes, you can date at 18, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80. You can date. Now, when it comes to finding a husband, a man to commit to you, someone to actually see you worthy enough to be in their lives, that's a whole different conversation. I find a lot of these type of females, they're very misleading. Dating can mean a lot of things, and most of the time dating just means hooking up with people, going out with people, and there's no real title behind it. Now anyone can do that at any age.
There's people have got this habit of writing people off just because they've reached a certain age, so they can't be seen on the dating scene. Please stop. You can date at any age, as long as that's what you want. Why not? So if you're over 50 and you're single and searching and you're not separated and you're legally divorced, this is your post. Show your interest in the comment section. Guys, good luck.
Before turning 35, she was on the hunt for her husband, and that was a primary thing, and she focused on chemistry. If I have chemistry with this person, they could be my husband.
Is she married now?
No. When she got to her 40s, she made peace with, okay, I don't think I'm going to find my husband.
Okay.
And she was speaking to somebody and they was like, you've been going about it the wrong way. It's not about chemistry. What you should be focused on is actually the fundamentals of living with somebody, having a long-term relationship with them. So that is going to be your foundations. Like, are you actually like aligned with each other in your core principles? Then after that, are you aligned financially? And then chemistry. What do you think?
See, that advice would actually make sense if females weren't superficial, entitled, and had a lot of baggage. That's when it could make sense. Although females today, when it comes to looking for someone financially, he has to make 6 figures or up. When it comes to discipline and your values aligned, she follows none of them but expects it from him. When it comes to building with a man, he needs to already be built, have it all together, and have everything on the table. Meanwhile, she comes empty-handed. So it's not really the fact that you can't align with someone, it's who are you to be asking those things from other people.
Anyway, there's so many of those things on how to find a man.
Yeah.
How to find a partner. How to. I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And then for all of us who are single, I met someone. Hey, we're together, we're getting married, and it's done, and everyone's happy. It's just literally like, I don't know if it's just chemistry. I don't know if it's you got a checklist. You've got to make sure that, because how do you find out if you're financially aligned, life living together aligned, until you have chemistry to meet? You have to meet someone. So chemistry comes first. So I don't know if that works necessarily. I don't know if that's all wrong, but I think it's down to the individual. And I've been sitting there thinking, what?
Do you have a formula?
No, I don't, because I don't fucking know how to do it. I don't. I'm like, I don't. Like,
what gets me is a lot of these females, if you really listen to them, they actually don't know how to keep a man. They don't know how to have a husband or be in a very stable relationship. But one thing they do know how to do is to be in the streets, to be in situationships, to engage in hookup culture, to be sexually appealing, promiscuous. Those are the things that they know. But when it comes to the very important things that actually will give you real fulfillment in life in the long run, they don't know. And that's quite concerning at such a big age. These things that you were supposed to learn for yourself, you still don't know.
I'm a 40-year-old divorcee, and these are 5 things I'm too old for dating edition. First, I have to add some disclaimers. I am a late-stage bisexual, which means I date men and women, so this list is not gendered. And most importantly, please do not take my list personally. Emphasis on the my, because it's a list about me and not about you. First thing I'm too old for when it comes to dating is people that are aloof. I'm a words of affirmation kind of girly, so if you like me, I want to hear and know that you like me. I don't want to do 3 riddles and a word puzzle to figure it out. Number 2 of things that I'm too old for when it comes to dating is closely related, and it's people that don't take initiative. Don't make me do all of the work. I don't want to be the one making all of the dinner reservations, planning all of the dates, doing all of the texting, making sure that you're okay, checking in. No, this is a two-way street. Otherwise, I would just date myself. The third thing I'm too old for when it comes to dating is being on dating apps. Apparently, I am not the only one, because there is currently a class action lawsuit against Hinge, Tinder, and The League for their predatory business practices. Not only do these apps want you to pay in order to get quality matches, but the final straw for me was when my account got flagged as a catfish and they asked me to show my ID or take a picture with my eye closed and a book upside down in order to prove it was me, and I was like, I am too old for this, you can keep it. Number 4, I am too old to date people that can't use their words or think that having conversations makes you intense. One thing about me, I'ma communicate. I mean what I say and I say what I mean, but not everybody is like that. If you were upset with me or there's a problem, I want you to tell me. I'm not a mind reader. Use your words. Number 5, I am too old to date people who cancel at the last minute and or are chronically late. Now look, I get it. Life happens and sometimes you have to cancel at the last minute, but if it's a chronic thing, it's a no for me. When we're first getting to know each other, you get one time, and then after that, you're wasting my time. Similarly, with being late, as a chronically early girly, I've just made peace with the fact that everybody's running 15 minutes behind, especially in Los Angeles. But please, if you're running late, just let me know. And be honest. Don't say you are running out the door when you're just getting out of the shower.
What really made me interested in this particular clip is that she is a bisexual. So what I'm hearing is men aren't the only problem. Even the girls or females that you pursue to have a relationship with, you're having the same problem. Doesn't that just tell you that a lot of these females, whether they're straight or bisexual, they're still struggling to find a long committing relationship, and all that does is highlight the only problem I see is you. I'm your hostess, Feminine Princess. These are my last thoughts. What inspired me to do this video was Vivica Fox and Ebony K, how both of their situations are pretty aligned in the same place, but the outcome is very different. Although what they want and what they pursue they couldn't get, and now they're single and at a very older age, out of their prime years. Now, before I close things off, I would definitely like to give many big shout outs to all those that have given super chats and super thanks. I would like to say a big thank you to William Livingston. Thank you for the super thanks. It is much appreciated. Uthman Jagan for the super thanks. You know, I see you've been here and your support always does make a difference. Another big shout out to the Do Better podcast. Make sure you check out his channel. He always has great content out there, and I see you. Another big shout out to Bernard Gohard. You're a long time supporter. Even Mr. Boring Man, always there, always supporting. I see your comments and I honestly do enjoy the community that is there, and I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much. It always does go a long way, and I'm ever so grateful. So stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.